If you want to correct your blood pressure issues, the first thing that you must do is stop obsessing over the numbers. The numbers are not as important as you think. Are you tired of feeling anxious every time you check your blood pressure? Understand this. The numbers are the numbers, and they aren't going to change until the habits that precede the blood pressure readings change. Obsessing over these numbers, trying to figure out ways to bring them down without addressing your lifestyle habits will not lower them. In fact, when you focus on the numbers too much, it's more likely to raise your blood pressure due to the anxiety that it will cause you watching your numbers go up and down. Each time the number rises, you'll feel worried, which can raise your blood pressure even more due to the constant obsession. I was never a health conscious individual. I didn't care about what I ate, I didn't get much exercise, and I surely didn't know anything about blood pressure. However, during a routine checkup, my doctor noticed that my blood pressure was higher than usual. I was concerned because it triggered a thought of my grandmother being hypertensive, taking multiple blood pressure pills, so I began to monitor my blood pressure at home. At first, I checked my blood pressure occasionally just to stay informed, but as time went on, I became increasingly fixated on the numbers. Even slight fluctuations in my readings would send me into a panic. I began checking my blood pressure multiple times a day, convinced that I needed to keep a constant eye on it. Despite my efforts, I noticed that my blood pressure readings were inconsistent. Sometimes they would be within the normal range, while other times they would spike unexpectedly. This inconsistency only fueled my anxiety further. I became consumed by the thoughts of my blood pressure, constantly worried about what each reading meant for my health. Desperate to bring my blood pressure down, I tried everything I could think of, like herbs, supplements, and even experimenting with different diets and anything else I thought might be contributing to the problem. I started exercising more vigorously, pushing myself to the limits in the hope that it would make a difference, but no matter what I tried, I couldn't seem to get my blood pressure under control. Frustrated and exhausted, I realized that my obsession with my blood pressure was only making things worse. I was so focused on the numbers that I had lost sight of the bigger picture. I hadn't stopped to consider the root cause of my blood pressure issues or how my lifestyle may be affecting my health. It was then that I had a revelation. I decided to take a step back and look at the broader context of my health. I began paying more attention to my diet, exercise habits, stress levels, and sleep quality. I made gradual changes to my lifestyle, focusing on overall health and well-being rather than fixating on my blood pressure readings. Over time, I noticed a remarkable difference. In 8 months, I lost over 80 pounds by simply making lifestyle changes. By addressing the underlying factors contributing to my high blood pressure, I was able to bring it down naturally. I learned that health is about more than just numbers on the screen. It's about taking care of your body and mind, making positive choices, and finding balance in life. You need to shift your focus from the numbers to understanding your risk factors. Understand this, if you have elevated blood pressure, let's say 145/90, and if you live a sedentary lifestyle, you're overweight and you don't sleep well, your risk of having complications from high blood pressure is much greater than an individual with the same blood pressure reading that exercises daily, gets more rest, and consumes a healthy diet. So looking at your numbers tells you where you're at on the blood pressure spectrum, but looking at your lifestyle and habits tells you who you are. You are not a healthy person living a healthy lifestyle. With high numbers and poor lifestyle habits, you're cooking up a recipe for disaster, and this is why you want to focus on controlling the things that you have power over. You can start creating more movement for yourself to control your weight and strengthen your cardiovascular system. If you drink or smoke, you can focus on eliminating these toxic habits because this will surely help your blood pressure stabilize. You want to focus on controlling the controllables. Your goal should not be to lower the numbers, but to become the healthiest version of yourself. And by doing this, you will create the changes that your body needs to help you control your blood pressure, eliminate those risk factors, and bring your blood pressure numbers down. I hope this was helpful for you on your journey to getting control of your blood pressure. But remember, the numbers won't change until you change. And change doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you make a choice.